At first glance, there doesn't seem to be anything unusual about these grandparents out for a walk with grandson Clive. But John and Marjorie Robinson are about to change the habits of a lifetime, to rethink their way to healthy living, more importantly, through the food they eat.
Halfway through.
Not just the grandparents, we're going to see how all the Robinson family change the way they live. Their daughter Mary, mother of Clive, expecting a second child in a couple of months. She lives nearby in the city with husband Mike. He's a bus driver. And the younger son, George. As we'll see, George is something of a worry to the family. Then there's the eldest son, David. He's a busy sales manager. And here's David's wife, Gwen, at home with their two teenagers, Sally and Stephen.
I mean, I can hardly get down on the floor, leave alone touch my toes.
These, then, are the Robinsons. We're going to see how all the family find a new approach to healthy living. Our story begins here, one summer morning at John and Marjorie's retirement home by the sea. With John Robinson, the habit has stuck. As a train driver, he worked by the clock, and John built a reputation for getting there on time.
Come and sit down, John, do.
Now, in peaceful retirement by the seaside, some things haven't changed all that much. This is Marjorie's idea of a good breakfast. Marjorie's square meals have quite a reputation within the family.
Remember the fuss as the eggs broke and went all over the lean bits? Yeah. It's not really the same without the mushrooms.
To put it mildly, they're a bit heavy going.
Just some myself.
Perhaps it's why their eldest son, David, has gone to the other extreme. No breakfast at all. This Birmingham-based business manager has a hectic day ahead.
John, to my office, please.
Company car, long working hours. David is under pressure.
Now listen, we have got a problem.
What time did you want to go to lunch, Debbie? Oh, about 12:30, if that's okay.
David's wife, Gwen, has a part-time job, as well as looking after the home and the children, Stephen and Sally. Gwen's concerned about her daughter. For no good reason, Sally says she's slimming. At school, Sally's home economics class is going to have a significant effect on the future for both Sally and her family.
Right then, everybody.
In her 4th year, things are going well for Sal. So too for her brother, Stephen. He's at the same school, just a year behind. The day has started well enough for their Uncle George. He's in planning, lives near Nottingham, a bachelor, and at 45 years old is the height of efficiency.
Well, you'll have to go back to your boys over there. All right, John. Thank you very much. Bye.
Well, that's his public image. In private, there's another side to George. He may work hard, but he plays hard too. He smokes too much, drinks too much, eats disastrously. To put it bluntly, George is a worry to the entire family.
Can't we do something to get him organised? Really, Mary, sometimes I despair.
Worrying's no good, Mother.
There's nothing wrong with George that he couldn't put right himself. If only he'd get organised.
It's the way he lives and eats. Will you take him on?
What he needs is a good woman.
Oh, look, must go, Mum. There's the door. Yeah. See you Thursday. Okay,
George
bye.
needs some of the sound nutritional advice that his niece Sal is getting at school.
Now, I've put out a display of food so that you can see that each...
There's meat, fish, eggs and pulses. They provide protein, vitamins and minerals, especially iron. There's milk, whole, semi-skimmed or skimmed, and the foods made from them. These also give us protein and vitamins, plus the calcium we all need. Then there's the wide range of fruit and vegetables, and the bread and cereals. We could all do with eating more of these each day, and so get our food balance right.
Which will help produce energy, all right?
Getting the balance right sounds fine in theory. Sally is learning how to make it work in practice.
And planning meals. This morning you've actually prepared some...
They learn that fats should be eaten in moderation, especially saturated fats. If you need to reduce fat intake, it's important to cut down on foods low in nutrients, the empty foods. Instead, fill up on bread and cereal, especially whole grain types.
Sure, you think about what you would like to take, and remember, it is a picnic, so it has to be transported fairly easily. All right, off you go then.
This group has prepared meals using their favourite foods. How well have they done? Can they improve their choice? Perhaps some favourite foods ought not to be a regular part of a daily diet, but need not be cut out altogether.
Right then, Marie, how have you got on?
All right.
Let's have a look what you've got for us anyway. What was your menu?
Scotch eggs, coleslaw, crisps, fruit salad, orange juice and bread rolls.
How did you cook those?
Grilling or baking rather than frying is a good way to cut down on fats. By doing this, Marie would have improved her balance.
Yeah.
And how did it work?
Well, once you cut it, all the fat came out of it, so it's best to fry it.
You decided it was best
Yeah.
to fry it. What about Judge? You
Judge too could have made a better choice.
What did you make? That looks very interesting.
I made salad, samosa, and there's a pakore. And that there is raita. That's yogurt.
With salad and yoghurt, Judge has a better balance, but he would have improved it by adding rice.
Delicious, doesn't it?
Sully has made a packed lunch, but has she made the best choice of foods?
I've got some fresh orange juice which I made myself.
Lovely.
I've got yoghurt, chocolate bar, I've got some salad, and I've got bacon and egg flan.
Pasta salad, bread, or a jacket potato would have added that all-important carbohydrate and fibre to her packed lunch.
So I put it in so it wasn't so much fat.
All right, and what else is included in the filling?
The flour I used is brown.
Is that going to be your dinner?
Well, I might have some salad, just a little bit.
Just some salad?
Yeah, I'm on a diet, you see.
On a diet? Do you think she needs to lose weight? I presume you want to lose weight, is that what you're saying? That's right, if you're on a slimming diet.
Of course, Sal doesn't need to slim. But remember, a third of the population is overweight. And for those who are eating too much fat, or really do need to slim, there are several options. Among them, reduced fat cheeses and yogurts. And of course, the choice of whole, semi-skimmed and skimmed milk.
And just eating some salad is not really going to provide...
For Sally, there are important lessons to learn about healthy living. Not that Sally's mother hasn't set a good example with her daily exercise and light working lunches. Gwen has planned a salad, grilled fish and jacket potatoes for tonight's meal. Good mother that she is, Gwen has carefully avoided confrontation about Sally's slimming. Gwen's example has had little effect on her husband. A 50-mile drive to Derby with yet another meeting to follow. He's had no time to eat or relax. He's got indigestion. Stress is building up, and there's that contract to fix before Friday. But what about George? Well, this is George's regular lunch routine. No discretion in choice of food. Still haven't got the right balance. Where are the bread, fruit and vegetables?
Oops, and the surname, you see, because the vicar, he was just about to christen me and he dropped me in the font. Oops.
Down south in their city flat, lunchtime has passed more soberly for Mary and her young son Clive.
Well, I'm just tired.
Clive has had a cold, but now he's over the worst, and Mary is thankful for the calm reassurance offered by Claire, the health visitor.
But a child of this age just doesn't ever starve itself.
I've been giving him raw carrots. Is that all right?
Mary is concerned that she's not giving Clive the food he needs.
Meals, because if he hasn't, he gets a bit hungry, really.
That's super. I mean, if you want, you're just on the right track completely. If you want to give him things in between, if he's demanding things.
Young children often prefer to eat little and often. Other suitable snacks are bread or pieces of fruit.
Perhaps if you know what he really likes, if he likes yogurts and things like that and bits of cheese, don't necessarily have to cook anything.
Oh, that would be a help, because at the moment I feel like I don't really want to cook anything, do I?
No,
you don't get much cooked, do you?
Perhaps at lunchtime it's enough for him to have a bit of wholemeal bread, which is high in fibre, and some cheese on it or something, give him the calcium he needs.
But, I mean, Mike and I have, we have skimmed milk. I mean, is that all right to give him? 'Cause
it's better not. I think the best thing for this sort of age is whole milk.
Whole milk is particularly good because of the energy and vitamins it provides the growing child. But milk is a valuable food for old and young alike.
Milk, making either puddings with milk or...
All milks, including skimmed milks, cheese and yoghurt, are good sources of calcium, which Mary needs, especially now she's pregnant.
Yes, some of this drink. Some of this drink. Give it to Teddy.
But often they'll refuse milk.
Of course, everyone needs calcium to build and maintain strong bones and teeth. And remember, you can always get this calcium by incorporating milk into puddings, sauces and milkshakes.
A pint of milk making
The health visitor has given Mary some new ideas for coping with her family, the flat, the shopping. Mary needs a better food balance. So too does David, still on the road, no time for food, worrying about new business. Back in the family home, Sally is about to go into action.
Hello, darling. Good day?
Mum, I've decided to turn over a new leaf. You see before you a changed woman.
What?
It's that typical age, Mum.
Now then, you two, that's enough. Sal, what's all this about a new image?
It's just that I've never really thought about food in the way Miss Newport did it in class. I know you, Mum. You've been mad at me for not eating properly.
Well, that's to put it mildly. Your slimming, as you call it, is giving me sleepless nights. I'm just worrying about what you've been doing to yourself. Oh, don't.
It's not bad food. It's just bad eating habits. That's the thing. And I've really got to get my act together.
You and your bad eating habits. You keep going on about them. Doesn't affect me. Don't have any breakfast at all.
That's exactly what a bad eating habit is, Stephen. It's wrong.
Well, now's the time to get you right. Now, to start with, I'm to blame for not insisting that you start the day properly.
I know you've tried to change us, but look, it's not that hard. Especially for Dad. He's one of the worst of us. Now, here's the plan for the day.
Today's choice. Dietary guidelines. Do's. Eat a variety of foods. Eat plenty of fibre. Control fat intake.
Especially saturated fat.
Eat fewer sweets and snacks. God, that'll be in for a shock.
No, well, your father needs to have a shock. The key to good health, don'ts. Some for your father, definitely. And for you too, Stephen. Don't miss meals. No more missed breakfasts. Don't fill up on empty foods. What's an empty food, Sal?
Things like sweets and fatty foods like pastries and cakes and biscuits and fizzy drinks.
Don't go to extremes, Sal. No more slimming, okay?
David's family is making progress.
Hello, love.
Things are looking up too for Mary and Mike.
It's not your birthday, is it?
Mike's just off shift and Mary's prepared a meal of chicken without the skin, baked potato and cauliflower cheese.
This looks wonderful.
Cheers.
The family is working on the grandparents too, gently persuading Mum and Dad to take better care of themselves. Mary is over for the day.
Oh, there you are, dear.
Clive's gone down, Mum.
Good.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah, he's sleeping better these days, isn't he?
Yeah, it's all his exercise I'm giving him. Doesn't give him a chance.
Your dad and I are taking more exercise these days.
Are you?
I take him out for a walk every day.
Have it done.
Oh, sorry, love, yes.
Well, that's
That
very
was
good, Mum. I'm glad to hear it. Mind you, unless you feed him properly, it's not going to work.
I give him a good breakfast every day, Mary.
But he doesn't need the kind of breakfast you give him. I mean, why don't you give him some cereal or something?
I can't guarantee your dad will eat it.
No,
Have a try. I
a
don't
change
mind
is
having
good
a
for him.
go.
He'll like it. He will.
Healthy food, healthy exercise. Now here's Sal's plan for her mother.
It's just not me. I could hardly get down on the floor, leave alone touch my toes.
Want to bet? It'll be marvellous, Mum. Just get food and exercise right, it says here, and the whole personality takes on a new freshness. How's that? Oh, go on, have a try.
It's time for David to try to take stock, to learn to reduce the pressures, spend more time with his family, eat regularly, and take more exercise.
Here, sounds like your dad. Hello, darling.
Good evening, Father dear.
Hello?
The women in your life have decided you're too valuable to ignore anymore.
Why?
Go on, you tell him.
Well, your daughter has decided to take us into hand. And we're going to have different foods to eat, a new diet.
Plenty of exercise.
You need to spend more time with us, Dad. I wouldn't mind going swimming.
Hint, hint.
And above all, my love, relaxation.
Well, wonders will never cease. Just make a little space and put in some thought and effort. This family had to make the time to find their new lifestyles. It's more spacious now. The Robinsons are caring about the food they eat, taking that essential exercise. Except, that is, for Uncle George. It's difficult to know what to do about Uncle George. As ever, he just doesn't seem able to get his act together.
To Uncle George, please make a fresh start. Love, Sally and Steve. Those kids.
Well, there's always hope. Healthy eating is essential, and there's healthy exercise in the open spaces around us at all times for all ages.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely.
After yesterday.
It's the best we've had, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's about time. End of July.
That's right. Not too tired, dear, are you?
No, I'm fine.
No, me too. I'm really enjoying this.
He's all right. Not getting tired.
The grandparents, their children and the grandchildren. All the Robinsons are discovering the value in a good, balanced diet. It's central to good health. They've learned too how exercise, fresh air and relaxation play a part in healthy living. It's important for us all, not just our family Robinson. You know, it's never too late to make a fresh start.